On getting back to Nigeria, a lot of things changed about my finances. If you have an elder sister or elder brother in the abroad, the day you procure chicken, call them and tell them, auntie, brother, we killed chicken today, we ate chicken, we ate jollof rice, we are happy, we are good. Send them pictures. It's not only the day that generator will spoil or tank has spoiled or something has spoiled that you're calling them to give them bad news. And then she said, every spirit of lesbianism, I bind and I pray against it in the name of Jesus. Those of you who you have parents who have masters, have PhD, who traveled to the UK in the 1990s, who did this, who did that, you don't know what God did for you. To a lot of people around me, to my family members, I am the thing that will make them aware. And that being so, it means that I am going to receive a lot of their ignorance.
This is your friend Amara. This is your friend Amara.
Hello people, good morning. Good morning people. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This very beautiful girl over here is a friend, Amara the lesbian. And if you just see me for the first time, hello, welcome back, or welcome to my channel. I am a Nigerian vlogger, filmmaker, many things, and it's getting harder to introduce myself in one sentence. Just know that this is my YouTube channel, and yeah, this is a space where I share different thoughts and opinion, and I share snippets from my life. This is a space where I welcome into my heart, into my home, into my stories, into my things. And today's video is a sit down. Usually I vlog. Usually those of you that know me. I love vlogging. I enjoy vlogging. If you've not seen any of my vlogs, just check my old videos, you see them. But today's video is a sit down. I promised one of my subscribers that I was going to make a video about this topic. You can already see it from the title. And yeah, I'm here to talk about it. So yes, if you want to be here, you know the drill. If you want to be here, if you like to be here, if you like to listen to this beautiful Igbo girl. Yes, I'm Igbo. Let's establish that before going to this video. If you want to listen to this beautiful Igbo girl who is a lesbian, an out lesbian in Nigeria, tell you about, ways she has navigated her sexuality and family and, just life in general, sit back, relax, grab something. It's usually nice to watch, watch film, watch YouTube videos, watch anything actually with choppings. So in case you don't know that habit, learn it. It's actually a very enjoyable habit. Just be chopping something, and be watching what you're watching. Is very enjoyable. So grab something, popcorn, puff, awara, granite. Cooked granite is in season in the north in Abuja right now. So granite, palm wine, pancake, anything that you enjoy. Amala, ati ewedu, ati begiri, beans, eba, and okra, anything you enjoy at all, grab it. Set a table before you and enjoy yourself as you enjoy this video. And if it's a person that helps you enjoy my video, if it's a person that you watch my videos with, call your person. If they are not around, pause. Yes, pause and wait for them. Don't cheat on them. Yeah, pause. If they are close by, go and meet them, go and tap them, go and take their consent. Tell them Amara has dropped a new one. Can I grab you so we can go and watch it? If they say yes, grab your person, grab your baby, grab your babe. Come sit down, enjoy yourself, set a table and enjoy yourself as you watch this video. So yes, today's video is I would like to talk about how I've navigated family and my sexuality as a out lesbian woman living in Nigeria, and also as an Igbo girl, as a first daughter, Ada of an Igbo family. So yes, a few years ago, I think in the year 2020, in the year 2021. In the year 2021, I had a fight with my mom that went viral, and I will explain to you shortly why I even recorded that fight. All right. Before that fight, I think my mom found out about my sexuality 2-3 years before that fight, right? I'm one of those people that can say I never really came out of the closet. Those of you that have been watching me for a while, you probably know the story of how I came out, you know, as a lesbian, as a queer person in Nigeria, how I came out to my Nigerian family. So in case you don't know the story, let me just give you a brief summary. So I didn't really come out from the closet. I didn't really come out. Like I have always had a struggling relationship. I've always had a struggling relationship with my family in a way, right? So most of you know this. I grew up with an abusive dad, and you know, my father would flog a lot, right? So that in many ways disconnected me from like the sanctity and, you know, the what's the word, from the what's the word, sacredity of family. You know how for some people, for some of you, family is sacred. Like no matter what your family do to you, you will not call them out, you'll not fight with them, you'll not bring it to the internet, you'll not any of those things. Yes, it makes sense. I actually do respect that. For some of you, family is sacred, right? But in many ways, growing up, I kind of disconnected from like the sacredity of family, right? Because I was running away from my family. I was running away to make sense of what has happened. Like my family, we talk, but we don't really discuss a lot. So growing up with a father who flogged you all the time, a father who was physically aggressive, who was mentally abusive, who was in many ways like, you know, growing up with a father like that, I had so much questions growing up, questions that I took outside, questions that I ended up like asking strangers, or, you know, asking, love me. So the fact that I was running for my family made it so that when I found out I was into girls, when I had my queer awakening, when I met my partner about 8 years ago, I didn't feel the need to, you know, feel ashamed and, you know, feel a type of way like, oh, how do I come out to my family? How do I tell my family? I just went on living my life. And also I was not in the country. I was all the way in Europe, in North Cyprus. I was in school. So it was kind of easy to just be out, you know. It was kind of easy to be out. I didn't feel the need to be in a closet. So from the first day, legit, from the first day I met Olayinka, from the first day we kissed, I went back home and I was telling my friends about her. I was talking about how I was just like, you know, I kissed a girl, I liked it. And that was also the period that Katy Perry's I Kissed a Girl was reading. So that song was my jam. I kissed a girl, I liked it. So yeah, I didn't really come out from, I was just, you know, that's just, you know, there wasn't a closet. Before then I was dating boys, right? I was dating boys, but I knew something was off because that's a video from that day. Anyways, my family, my mom found out about my sexuality over the internet. I think people were talking about it. People found out and they were talking about it, and then my mom, I don't know how she found out. I just know my mom found out, and for a while she didn't confront me. She didn't talk to me about it. And in many ways that was also because while I don't know why, actually I can't say that was also because I have my suspicions, but that period of my life, as I was schooling abroad, I was also doing other things by the side. I was making money, so, and I was also supporting my family. So I was like an active breadwinner in the family. So I don't know, maybe that was because, or maybe that was not because, I don't know. I can't really say for sure, because my mom and I have never really sat down to have this conversation. But during that period where I was actively financially supporting my mom, she didn't bring it up, she didn't talk to me about it, she just kept it, right? The ways I would know, the day I knew my mom knew was one day I had visited Nigeria. I was back in Nigeria, and when I was during the period when I would come back to Nigeria, I didn't used to sleep in the family house. Instead, my parents had like a large land, so they permitted me to build like a boys' quarters or a suite of my own, or you know, something. So I built my own, you know, apartment those of you that used to watch me back in the day, you remember the place I used to live that was close to the river, where I would come out and I would go close to the river and sit down and, you know, have my morning routine and all of that. Yes, that was the place. So I built like a place, and I was living in my parents' land and all of that. It was close by to my parents, right? So like in the morning, I could stroll over to my parents' house and just say good morning and all that. So one morning like that, I went there and they were closing their morning prayer, and then my mom said was casting out, is it casting and binding? She was praying against things, and then she said, every spirit of lesbianism, I bind and I pray against it in the name of Jesus. And that was when I had come into the house, right? They were still praying. So I came into the house. I think I walked to the guest room, we have girls room and boys room. I walked to the girls room. I was walking to the girls room when I heard that prayer, and I smiled. I was like, my mom knows. I didn't confront her, she didn't confront me, we didn't talk about it. But one other time again that affirmed that my mom knew, I think when all of this was happening is like 2018, I think. One other thing or 2019, I'm not sure, I think 2019. One other thing that affirmed that my mom knew is one conversation we were having, and then I can't remember what we were talking about. Then my mother looked at me and says, there's nothing new under the sun, no, Amara. There's nothing new under the sun. But the thing you have to ask yourself is this how things are being done? Is this omenana? Is this the rules of the land? That's what you should be asking yourself. It's not what you're doing, it's not whether it's new or not. I can't remember how the conversation went. So I just remember feeling and thinking in that conversation, this woman knows. And of course, I was already sharing about it from my blog. I had a blog then, We All Are Wrecked at blogspot.com, and then on my Snapchat, and then I moved on to Instagram before I even opened the YouTube channel. So I was already sharing about it on the internet, right? But we never had the conversation. So I didn't know if she watches, and I blocked her on Instagram. I don't know if she follows me. I didn't expect her to follow me on Snapchat. So in many ways, I kind of blocked her in platforms I thought she would find these things, because I was not ready to have this conversation with my mom yet, right? But along the line, I found out that she knew, right? So we just never had this conversation until I got back to Nigeria. On getting back to Nigeria, a lot of things changed about my finances. Even before I got back to Nigeria, I already told people who were my beneficiaries. I already told my friends, my close friends then. I used to send them money from the abroad. I used to like help out. Like I was just that person, right? Who, like before, my mindset before was, you know, I am a sacrificial lamb. I'm the person who is going to help, who is going to pave the way for my younger ones, for my friends to get to their dream. Is why I am struggling. Like, if you're close to me right now, you probably notice I am struggling in many ways to articulate my dream, to even dream. Like I said, dreaming a dream like 2 years ago. Before, I just knew I was good with words, I was good at editing, I was good at cinematography, I was good at things, but I never had a dream of, okay, I'm going to be an author, I'm going to be a filmmaker, I'm going to be this. I just knew I was good at these things, but my purpose in life is to make money. If you met me like 5 years ago, my mindset is money. How make money, make money, make money. Right, so in many ways, I was supporting my friends, my family, my people who were dreaming. I had a friend then who would dream a dream, and I'll try and make the money available, right? But coming back to Nigeria, I already like informed everybody, because I had like 2-3 years of intense hustle. When I tell you intense hustle, I tell you intense hustle. It started like, man, and I was exhausted. I was genuinely exhausted. I was sad. I was so I just knew, my spirit knew, like the way to go is go back to Nigeria and rest. So I built the farm. Before I came back, I invested in the farm, built the farm with my partner and all of that. So the plan was to come back, manage the farm, and also just live a quiet life where I'll just rest from the boom 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 life I had encountered in the abroad. Those of you that have friends or family in the abroad, especially in the Europe, put them in prayers and be kind to them. The way you ask them for money, the way you ask them for things, the way you share your bad news with them, be kind to them. Like those people are the ones who should listen to your good news more. Like if you have an elder sister or elder brother in the abroad, the day you procure chicken, call them and tell them, auntie, sister me, brother, we killed chicken today, we ate chicken, we ate jollof rice, we are happy, we are good. Send them pictures. It's not only the day that generator will spoil or tank has spoiled or something has spoiled that you're calling them to give them bad news. And that was what I experienced when I was in the abroad. Like, I was just that person who every time I called home, there was always one bad news or the other, which in turn sets me to be, you know, doing things to send money back home, do this, do that. So I was exhausted by the time I came back to Nigeria. On getting back to Nigeria, no, before I got back to Nigeria, I already told everybody, okay, see what's going to happen. I'm coming back to Nigeria I think the beginning of 2019. Yes, I came back to Nigeria January of 2019. So by 2018, 6 months before my travel date, I already gave everybody heads up. I gave my friends heads up. I gave everybody connected to my life heads up. Like, this is what's going to happen. I'm coming back to Nigeria and my finances is going to change. So I'm not going to be that person who, you know, is financially available to help, right? I'm not going to be that person anymore. I'm going to, in many ways, reduce that. In a large way, reduce that. So I go back to Nigeria. I focused on the farm. I was working at the farm. You know, many things were happening with the farm. Like, many things happened with the farm. The farm that was supposed to be my resting place now became like a new battle entirely. There were things I had to there were things I overestimated, like the help I would get from my family in terms of like the farm, because the farm wasn't far from my family house. So those of you that have probably watched the video I made on managing a farm in Nigeria or managing a business in Nigeria, I can't remember the name exactly, you probably know this story. There were just some things I overlooked, like, you know, I expected to get free labor for my family members, like for my siblings, right? Because, you know, in many ways now, scratch my back as scratchers, like not even scratch my back as scratchers. It's just, there's a way you invest in your siblings and your family, especially, that you just expect some things in return. I don't know whether you expect, like, even as an elder sister, I just expected, right, like, okay, I'll have a farm and labor won't be a problem because I'll get help from my family members and things like that. And I won't lie, my family did their absolute best. My mom, my younger brother, these two people, they did their absolute best. It's not best. They did their absolute best during the period of building. My mom, like, supervised, and, you know, everything. She was really, really helpful. Yeah, so I got back to Nigeria. See, my mom and I have like a very up and down relationship dance. Like, you know, it's complex. Just listen. So I got back to Nigeria and I financially cut everybody off, to be honest. And I started trying to manage the farm and gather the money that was coming in from the farm to just like make up the things that were like, a lot of money have been invested in the farm, right? Not just from me, but from my partner also. So in many ways, my priority was like the first few money that started coming in, the first few months, it was just gather the money. It wasn't like, oh, give this person 10K to settle this person for helping you. Oh, give this person 20K. Like, I was just, so maybe I'm guessing what it looked like is Amara that used to really give money now came back to Nigeria and became stingy. In my own part, I was just trying to make up the money that I had put in the poultry. Like, my whole everything was on the poultry. So that was the period where I started like really falling out with my mom. I really started falling out. Like, falling out like I was living in their land, I was living in their compound, but we'll have days where I haven't gone to the family house, they haven't come to check up on me, nobody has sent food to me, or like, it just became like, you know, that was a period of my life where I became the black sheep of the family, and I was living, it was very hurtful, I was living in the family house. So imagine going from like this breadwinner to coming back to Nigeria to establish your business, and then being at a place of isolation where you come into the house and people are talking, but once you enter, they keep quiet, or you're leaving your quarters and you can feel like your siblings or your family members are talking about you. Like, it was just a lot of weird energy happening in that period, right? And because I know my family members and I know how in many ways they are sweet people, they are good people, they are really kind people, so I can understand how not trying to confront me, not trying to like ask me like, oh Amara, are you a lesbian? Oh Amara, made it so that they were asking themselves, right? They were talking about it amongst themselves, which in turn sounded like people are constantly whispering around me, or people are constantly talking about me. My father has like a big land, or a big, like, my family is 7 kids. Of course, we are plenty, right? So I started falling in love with my mom heavy, and I didn't have the patience, nor the grace, nor the, I wasn't how was the word? I wasn't well equipped at the moment to navigate that whole period. I wasn't. So I was deeply disappointed. I was angry. I was sad. That is when I started building this particular house. That is when I came to the farm and then looked for a space, which is this place, and then started building this place because I knew I was going to move out from my family house. I didn't want to stay there anymore. I wasn't feeling safe. I wasn't feeling sane. I wasn't feeling happy. I wasn't feeling loved in the family house anymore. So I built this place and then I moved in here, right? I moved out of my parents' house, and that kind of like even made my relationship with my mom way worse because now I'm no longer seeing her every day. I see her once in a while. Even when I run in, like I remember that period, but even when I run into her on the street, right, I would try and make sure I dodge before she see me because I didn't want to have to like greet her or something like just it was weird. We went through a very weird period. Right, and then every time I would go to the house to see my mom or to see my siblings. And also another thing that was happening for me that period was, as much as I was having a struggling relationship with my parents, right, with my mom, with my dad, I wasn't really talking to him. Honestly, I was just like Xing his own matter. I would come into the house, like after the whole incident where I came to the house with my partner and he sent my partner away, I stopped interacting with my father. I stopped greeting him. I would even come to the house, I would not greet him. I would just do what I want to do and leave, right? So that period was very weird between me and my parents. But even as that was going on, I made it like a conscious effort that I didn't want it to affect my relationship with my siblings. So I would always go to the house to see my siblings and, spend time with them, especially the last born, right? Those of you who have been watching me a while, you know how I really, really love our last born. Like, I love her so much. I love all my siblings, actually. I love all of them. It's just my last born, our last born. Yeah, I've always known her. It's just. Anyways, so every time I go to the house to like visit, right, I would just have like a weird tension with my mom because she'll probably say something about me. She'll probably say, my piercing, what I'm dressing, why are you always wearing baggy shirts? Why are you always doing this? Look at your hair. Every single time I go to my parents' house, I will come back home sad. It became a thing that I will go to my parents' house and come back home and I'll have at least 2 days of sadness. So at some point, I stopped myself from going to my parents' house. Like, I stopped visiting, I started staying away because I started noticing that every time I go there, I'll come back, not just sad, I'll come back angry. I'll come back remembering what happened to me when I was 11 years old or when I was 9 years old. I'll come back with like wounds, scratched wounds that have been trying to heal inside of me. I'll go and come back and something has scratched it and it is bleeding again. So I started staying away from the family, right? So this fateful day, the day that we fought and it went viral, this fateful day, I had gone to the house and then my mom starts talking about something and God, I was just done. So I was just telling her like, yo, it's not you. Amara, it's not you. I remember she was talking, I was just telling her, Mommy, I'm not a sin. That was my reply. I kept replying to her, Mommy, I'm not a sin. Stop looking. And my mom has this look. African mothers tend to have this look of disapproval. When they don't approve of you, God, it's in their eyes, it's in their faces, if you have a mother that does not approve of you, you know that look. My dear, that look can break your heart. That look used to break my heart. God, my mom was giving me this look, man, and I was just like, Mommy, I'm not a sin. Mommy, I'm not a sin. And at that moment in my head, I was done with my mother. Like, I was done with the family. I was done with her children. Like, I was just telling myself, I'm gonna stand up and leave this place and never come back. And then I took out my phone. It was that decision I wanted to actually record, because like I had made this in the anger, in the frustration, in the hurt. I had made the decision that I'm going to stand up, I'm going to come back here again. So I took out my phone and I was like, I'm going to stand up from here, Mommy, and I'm not going to come back again. But before I leave, let me tell you this, I am not a sin, I am not a bad thing. If you don't accept me, God accepts me, God loves me, God chooses me, God picks me, God is my father, God is my mother. Like, I was just saying these things, not even, and recording these things, not even to, embarrass my mom or post. I wasn't recording it for content. It was, I don't know how to explain this, right? But those of you who came from families where a lot of things happened that made you feel powerless, when people run from inside house outside, to shout for help, it's not because they are trying to embarrass their family. It's because they are shouting for help. It's a cry for help. It's a cry for help. I remember when that thing went viral, and a lot of people were commenting and quoting and retweeting how this is not how to handle family matter. This is not how to do this. You're embarrassing your mother in public. Blah 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 blah. I didn't even expect that thing to go viral the way it did. I was going to post it on my page and let it be like a witness. Like on so and so day, I decided, I made this decision. I'm going to stay with my family, and I'm never looking back. And I did. I posted that, and for like a year, I was cut off from my family. I didn't talk to my mother for months. I even moved out from this place because this place is not very far from my family house, right? I moved out from this place. God, it was a lot. And I stayed away from my family completely till last year, 2022. This happened in 2021. Then fast forward a year later, right? I had moved back to this space. A lot happened to me in that period. In that period of staying away from my family, that was the period I started a friendship with like some chosen family, because I was trying to like find new family, and then that whole friendship went kaput, and then I was scapegoated and called out and all of that. So that whole thing happened in that period of me being away from my family. So when that happened, it now pushed me into like a really deep depression, right? Really deep depression. And to crawl out of that, I had to start from scratch. Like I had to like legit start my life from scratch. I moved back home. I renovated the house. I started planting flowers outside. I just started growing my life small. Every day I'll wake up and I'll be speaking into my spirit. Amara, you're this. Amara, you're that. Amara, you're my child. Amara, you belong to me. Amara, I'm here for you. Amara, I exist for you. Amara, God wants you to be here. Like I was just speaking into my spirit every day and using my hands to just create things, water things, to prove to myself that, you know, I am life enough to grow things. That dead things are not, you know, I'm not made for things to die, or things don't die around me. Things like I'll just spiritually, physically, just speaking into my spirit and growing my environment, right? So a few months after I moved in here, after I moved back home, my little sister Chioma called me one day, and then she was panicking, she was crying. It was a call or a voice. No, I think it was a call. She was crying, right? She was like, Amma. My siblings call me Amma. Please, nobody should call me Amma. I noticed that some of you have started doing that. Somebody was shouting Amma on the street one day. Please, like it's a family name, right? So every time I hear Amma, I know it's somebody from my family. So I don't like hearing Amma and then looking and then seeing a stranger's face. It's just, it doesn't sit well with me. Yeah. So Amma is what my siblings call me, right? And my family call me. So when my sister calls me and she's like, Amma. I'm like, what is it? She was like, mommy was robbed. Somebody stole her phone. They transferred money from her account, blah, 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 blah. She was like, please, Amara, please, go and see her. I know it will make her happy because she's really sad right now. So after that call, I spent the after. I think the call happened in the morning, in a late morning, around like 11, 12. I spent the afternoon just like gathering my spirits, ready myself. And then in the evening, I went to the family house. Like I just walked, after months of not speaking to my mother, after months after that whole viral thing happened, I just walked into the house and like, good evening, sir, good evening, ma. My mother looked at me, she smiles, Amma, welcome. They're like, how are you now? I heard what happened. Choma called me, tell me what happened. She was like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. So we just like talked, just small talks, right? And I said, I came to see her and all of that, to just like, you know, check in on her. And then I remember very well. I even remember how much was in my account that day. I had 150-something thousand naira in my account that day. As we were talking, I logged into my account and transferred 100K to her. I said, I don't really have money and I cannot reimburse you, because that's the kind of child I am. That's the kind of person, like even my friends know, that's the kind of person I am. I'm a person that if you're telling me a problem, I don't know how to listen to problems without trying to solve it. I have that savior complex thing inside of me. Like I'm still trying to heal that. Before, it used to be so strong. Now I'm trying to heal it. So as she was talking, as we were just talking, I just logged into my account and transferred 100K to her. And then, you know, I left. I think she called me after I left to tell me, she saw that I transferred money to her. I sent her 100K. Thank you very much. She prayed for me on phone. And that was it. That's how we started talking again. the truth is there was no formal conversation. My family, but we talk, but we know they talk. we they talk, but we know they talk. We know they talk. Just if something has been done to you, man, know where to take your story. Know where to take it, because if you are waiting for official, I see what I did, I see how it affected you, and I'm really sorry. How can I help your healing and your, your restoration? You go wait there. So yeah, that's how we started talking again. And me on my own, to be frank, the question I got that made me make this video was someone came into my DM to tell me to please, can I make a video about family, that she knows I fell out with my mom one time. Can I make a video talking about how we reconciled and how we are where we are right now? Because a lot of you believe that my family and I, we are good, which we in many ways we are, and I'll tell you how we are. Right, so after that whole thing, I just on my own made a decision that I am tired of sadness. I am tired of suffering. I no longer subscribe to suffering. Like, that was what I kept telling myself. I no longer subscribe to suffering. If something will make me suffer, I will not, like, I choose not to partake in it anymore. So even like oh, my parents don't accept me, oh, I'm queer, my parents have an issue with me, I had to just like be genuine with myself, like count my blessings. Amara, I have a house, I have 4 walls of fence that protect me. Even if somebody was going to come and attack me, say if they have to jump over my fence that has barbed wire, like I had to start calling out my blessings one after the other. Then on that thing I started doing was coming out to commune with my neighbors. Like before, I didn't know the people that used to live around me, right? Now, I know everybody that lives around me. I know how many children they have. I know if they have dogs. I know them. I know them. I know who is single. I know who is married. Like, I know my neighbors. So in many ways, my mindset changed after I moved back, right? I started thinking of myself as an active participant of a community, not the black sheep, the isolated person in the community. Like, I refused to be isolated. Like, I just refused. I started coming out and talking to my neighbors. I started going to visit my family. I started making TikToks about navigating family, being an elder sister and all that. I just started being more, I started participating in my life. I was like, this is my life and I'm going to participate in it. And I refused to suffer. I refused to stay in the corner. I refused to be isolated. Like, in many ways, I'll tell you, I forced myself on my family. Yeah, because like my family, they are cool people, they are Christians, they are good people and all of that. Well, like my mom will say, 6/7 is not a bad score. She will not kill herself for you. She will not chase after you. She will not run after you. Like, she has 6 other children. My mother has looked at me before and told me 6/7 is not a bad score in the face of God and man. So even if she dies, she can always say she has 6/7. Like, I've heard some really wild shit from my family, right? But maybe it's because in trying to build a chosen family, a new family outside, I got burnt in a way that scarred me. But I just came back to my house with a mentality that both family, both strangers, so everybody they meant. The most important thing is grounding yourself, is rooting yourself, is participating in your life, is having a life that you can stand by, you can defend, you can protect. Like, the most important thing is having a life that you protect, you defend, you participate in, you represent, you express in, you navigate through. Like, I'm so focused in living my life. If my father does not like me, that's no problem. That is my life. Like, I'm not saying my father does not like me. My father sometimes I look at him and the way he smiles at me, I think, this man actually likes me. This man probably finds me interesting. I don't know. I really don't know. But like, I just came back with the mentality that whatever it is, this is my life and I'm going to participate in my life. I'm going to live my life. So yeah, some of you, or the person that reached out to me, you're probably waiting or expecting one, step-by-step process of how I got back with my family, how I reconciled with my family. Or more, I don't even know. There was no apology. This story I just told you is exactly how we started talking again. And on my own, if I go to my house now, my family house now, I have a countdown. I have a countdown time. And since that thing happened, my mom too stopped picking about my appearance. I think on both parties we all learned our lessons. She stopped talking about myself or picking me apart or making me feel like a sin. She just stopped. Whether she's talking to my other siblings about it, me or more, I just know I stopped getting it, right? So when I go and visit now, it's usually a few minutes of everybody is happy to see everybody. I bring some things for them to eat, and I'm I'm that kind of child who does not show up empty-handed. Even if it's just bread, I will buy bread. So at least the first few minutes, there's just that excitement of Amara came with leather, and then the next few minutes, I'm asking about how is the house now, how is business, how is that one. The next few minutes, I'm asking my younger sister, how was school, what are you enjoying, who are your friends, did you go for choir practice, have you joined this one? Like, I'm just interacting. And then when it looks like we have run out of things to interact on, I will start saying, come on, let me be going back to my house, so let me be going home, I'll come again next week or maybe 2 weeks time. Like, light talks, we just keep it light. I'm being honest, like, we know they do deep talk for my family. If you do deep talk, and that's where I used to go wrong before. Not go wrong. It's not, let me not make myself feel like the wrong person. That is where I used to miss it before. Before, I'll come with like my deep talks, come and listen to me and validate me and everything. But and I'll be talking to my mother. I'll be looking at her. It will be as if her spirit has left her body. It's just a person who is just looking at me with no answers. My mother was just looking at me with a blank stare. So what I finally realized is, my mom does not know how to have these conversations. My mom is not equipped to have these conversations or navigate or fully navigate this life where her first daughter, who she has dreamt of a wedding, of a, other gathering to do Igbanku, to do Omogo, who she has had all these big dreams on, is now a lesbian, loves a woman and wants to get married to a woman. She doesn't know how to navigate this space. I didn't know that then. Then I was just very impatient and angry at the fact that you're treating me this way because I'm not bringing money anymore. You're treating me like, I was very angry at I was very angry at a lot of people, because when I got back to Nigeria, a lot of things changed. Things changed. People started moving a type of way around me, a way that they didn't used to move before. And maybe it was money related, maybe it wasn't. It's just at that time, I did not have room to think of any other thing aside it is money related. You're acting this way because my financial status have changed and I'm, anyways. So yeah, at that time I was angry. I didn't want to hear anything. It's one of the reasons that video made it to social media. It's one of the reasons you all know a lot about my family's, feud and all of that. But right now I've rested. Yeah. Right now I have rested. I've had 2 years of living in this house alone. I've had 2 years of burying, of mourning, of crying, of grieving, of growing, of watering, of planting new things inside of me and seeing new things germinate. I've had 2 years of seeing myself through a softer light, a gentler light, a kinder light, a calmer light. So now I have more space or more grace to see where this person is coming from. I'm sure it was hard on this woman to have all this big expectation and big dreams, and then it changed. And yeah, even if she couldn't confront me when I was the breadwinner of the family, that makes it sad, right? That poverty, truthfully, poverty can make you condone things you much rather want to fight against, or I don't know how to put it. It makes it like, even if she knew, like, see, I don't want to go deep about the money part of this whole conversation, honestly, because there are still speculations and all of that, and I don't want to, expose myself and expose my mom, expose my family to people's opinions and all of that. All I want to say is that navigating family as a queer Nigerian is hard. It's tricky. It's different for everybody. Navigating family as a lesbian elder daughter of an Igbo family is tricky. is different from for everybody. I share this story so you can see what it was like for me, and if you can, you know, learn anything, you pick it. If you can't, now story, let it just be story for you, right? I just know there's no manual to how to navigate this space. There's no manual on how to navigate this space. Nobody can tell you. I can't tell you, okay, now see what I did. I cried here, I talked here, I shouted here, maybe do that. Your story is not the same with my story. But the thing that I know can be the same for all of us is self-respect, self-protection, self-acknowledgement. Like, respect yourself, protect yourself, acknowledge yourself. All the acknowledgement that you're looking for in the eyes and in the mouth of other people, if you give it to yourself, that is even the strongest, that's the best one, when you give it to yourself. Because the one that people give you, they can take from you. If somebody acknowledges you today and tomorrow they are not happy with you, they can take the acknowledgement, they can take the approval, they can take it. But when you approve yourself, you acknowledge yourself, you stand with yourself, you stand by yourself, it is your own. Nobody can take it from you. Nobody can take it from you. So yes, I know family is a tricky space to navigate as a lesbian. I just really want you to know that as you are an out lesbian woman, person, gay man living in Nigeria or outside Nigeria, your mother is the mother of an out lesbian, an out gay man. Like, you have your own experience, right? They have their own experience. Compassion is being able to sit with yourselves, even with your different experiences. Kindness, softness, compassion, love. Love is being able to, you are yellow, I am red, but we can sit together and hear each other without feeling like one person is better than the other. That is compassion, that is love, that is family. That's what family is supposed to be. So, and I would not ask the oppressed person to be the compassionate person. I can't come here and say, oh, you that is the lesbian, you that is the gay, you that is the trans, you that is, you know, you be the one who is compassionate to your homophobic family members. No, I won't tell you to do that. What I will tell you do is, if you can, run. Even if you want to be compassionate, even if you want to build a bridge between yourself to them, first run. Go to a place where you can mourn your expectations, grieve your expectations, and come to terms with the reality of what you're experiencing, with the reality of what your own experience, what your own life is. You cannot, again, listen to what I said. You have to mourn your expectations. Some of us expect understanding, and you know, we expect a certain level of, I don't know, we expect a certain level of awareness. Yes, that's a better word. Awareness from our family members who have not been exposed. Both of my parents did not graduate from a university, right? Both of my parents, like, the only time my mother left Nigeria is when she came for my graduation, and that was something like I needed her to have this experience. I know how Olaika and how we struggled to gather money together to just like get everything together for my mother to come and see what life is outside of Nigeria. Like, I needed, like, it was a need. I needed her to see, because I know the woman I grew up with. I know how, to what extent she's aware, she's exposed. So there are some things I cannot in good faith expect from her. When I can see, I listen. Like, do you understand? There are things I can. Those of you who you have parents who have masters, have PhD, who traveled to the UK in the 1990s, who did this, who did that. You don't know what God did for you. I swear to God, there's some level of awareness that your parents are already aware, so you do not have to be the one to show them or teach them. For me, I keep saying, like, to many people, I am the first lesbian they have ever encountered in their life. I'm serious. That's how I come from, like, a lot of ignorance. I'm very sure I'm the first out person in my family, both my father's family and my mother's family, and even their villages joined together. I'm sure. That's the level of ignorance I come from. So coming back to my house, coming back to this home and sitting with myself and visiting people, visiting my friends, visiting my richer friends, and listening to their stories and listening to what they're experiencing and how it is possible for them to experience these things. Some of the people I was talking with had parents who lived abroad, so their parents' awareness, their awareness of sexuality and, you know, expression and fluidity was way different than that of my parents, who, you know, haven't experienced. So I had to come to terms with the fact that a lot of things that I am, this is the first time that my parents, my family members are seeing something like this up close and personal. Before, it been said that we don't hear. My mother said, you know, nothing is new under the sun, because during her time she has heard. I remember the time we had a conversation, how she was saying something about during her time. How, I can't remember the conversation very well, but I just know she had an idea of women who loved women, but she had never come close to it this way, like her daughter being a lesbian. So I had to sit with that fact and come to terms with that fact that to a lot of people around me, to my family members, I am the thing that will make them aware. And that being so, it means that I am going to receive the bulk. I'm going to receive a lot of their ignorance. And, you know, I had to become more, I don't want to confuse you with what I'm explaining, but like, I had to become aware and I had to acknowledge this, which in turn made me aware of how to protect myself. It made me aware on, okay, since you're learning about these things, since you don't know about these things, since I am the first time you're experiencing it, okay, learn, but I'm going to keep you on an arm's length so your ignorance doesn't hurt me, so your ignorance doesn't make me sad. So in many ways, acknowledging and accepting where my family, where my mom was in like the grand scheme of things, helped me position myself. It helps me till today in protecting myself. I know what to discuss with my mother. I know when to run. I know what to reply back. She knows what to reply to me. She knows when to just keep quiet. Everybody now, to be honest, everybody now walks on eggshells around each other, and genuinely that is better than one person disrespecting one person and one person being sad and depressed and that one person being me. No, you shall not disrespect me, or, you know, you shall not dampen my existence. I fight so hard for my life. I've fought so hard for my life, and that's one thing that even my parents, I've put them in that, I've put everybody around me in check. Like, I fought so hard for my life. You will not disrespect my life. I don't even me myself, I know they disrespect myself, so I won't take your own disrespect. So yes, that is how we start talking. That is how we reconciled, my mom and I, right? So all in all, what I'm trying to say is, man, you're queer in Nigeria, you're out, you're navigating family, a lot of grace, a lot of compassion has to come from both parties, from all the parties. But you that is being oppressed, right? I am not going to tell you to be the leader of the compassion or the kindness or the grace. What I am going to say to you though is shift. Give those people space. Let them miss you. Let them stay away from you. Let them know what your presence brings. Let them know the difference between your presence and your absence. My mom one day looked at me and said, how, no, I think she was talking to someone. She was talking to somebody about me, and she said something about how Amara is very kind. Out of all her children, Amara is really kind. I'm like, hey, I heard it. She didn't say that to me. I heard it, and I said, hey, so you know. Oh, so you know. These people know. Everybody knows what you bring into the room, what you bring onto the table. They know. So sometimes, instead of arguing and fighting for your respect, fighting for your acknowledgement, just carry yourself and shift. All those things you used to give to them, give it to yourself. The understanding, give it to yourself. The compassion, give it to yourself. The kindness, give it to yourself. Soothe yourself, hold yourself, cry with yourself, bury with yourself. Like, start again, start afresh with yourself. Once you can master holding yourself and living your life and representing yourself, every other person, unfortunately, is background noise. Fortunately and unfortunately, is background noise. If they don't sing, or their sound is not in sync with your health, with your welfare, they are background noise. So yes, I don't have anything to share, any Kama Sutra of family and sexuality. It's not Kama Sutra. I don't have any manual to share, but all I'll share with you is protect yourself. Protect yourself. All right, these things take time, but before you get to that place of peace, do not allow yourself to be the scapegoat that everybody will come and match on. Everybody come and tell anything, come and talk to you anyhow. And you, this one, look at your hair. Look at, don't take that. That's how my mom and I ended up on the internet, viral, going viral. I won't take insults. I won't take it. Not even from the person that gave birth to me, because she's not the one breathing my air. She's not the one that gives me life every day. I breathe my own air every day. I fight for my own life every day. So I will honor my mom. I love my mother so much, and I will honor my mother always, right? But I also honor myself, right? So I would defend myself even to my mother. So Yusuf, I will protect myself. I would protect myself even if my mother is the one that is like on the other end. I will protect myself. So Yusuf, learn that. Learn, protect. If you not learn anything from this video, learn, protect yourself as you're journeying to a place of peace. Don't be the scapegoat. Don't be the thing that they are going to tear apart to find peace. Don't be the what do they call that thing? Cookie waiting. Fortune cookie, or that cookie that they will break and see what is inside. Don't be the cookie that they will break and see the lesson inside. Don't allow anybody break you to learn lesson. Don't. Protect yourself, gather yourself, build a life of peace, live your life. Now them go come find you, because you see, the fruits of the spirit irradiates. You cannot hide it, you cannot deny it, you cannot pretend, you cannot sugarcoat it. The fruits of your spirit will radiate, and they will come. People like themselves, so they will come so they can, follow you and eat that fruit. That is why you need to protect yourself. If you're a good thing, protect yourself. Again, I always use this mango tree analogy. When you see a mango tree that has ripe mango and you pass it, instinctively you want to carry stick and stone one mango and come down and collect ripe mango. That is how fruit of the spirit are. Irradiates. So people they will keep coming to stone it down to collect one ripe fruit. So you that has been growing those fruits, you that water yourself, you that know yourself, you that know what you consciously build and create inside of your spirit every day, you owe it to yourself to protect yourself. Protect yourself, even from family members. Don't allow anybody run you mad. All right, so this is where I would like to end today's video, because it's already too long. It's already long. If you have any more questions about navigating family and sexuality, especially for you queer people living in Nigeria, any question that I think I can share more light on, give more insight on, you can send to my DMs or comment under this video, comment it under this video, and I'll reply them. All right, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you in my next video, and you, God be with you. That's all I can say. God be with you. Times are hard, especially for queer people. I recently was talking with a friend, and we were just talking about how in the queer community right now, drug use, drug abuse, alcohol use, alcohol abuse is at an all-time high. That's because queer people are sad, queer people are isolated, queer people are going through a lot, queer people are depressed. So my loves, hold yourself. Please be gentle with yourself. Please choose yourself. And I challenge you to choose yourself in all of the things happening in this whole world. I challenge you. Pick yourself. Pick the child that you were. Pick the little girl that you were. Pick the little boy that you were that still lives inside of you. The little boy, the little girl, the little person that still lives inside of you. Pick them. Protect them. Do things for them. Feed your body for them. Water your body for them. No matter how hard it is right now, no matter who is talking in your ear, no matter who is making you feel bad, no matter who is looking at you like a sin, I challenge you. Permit yourself to choose yourself. Wallahi, everything changes when your priority is you, when your welfare is your priority, when your own existence. I know that somebody gave birth to you. You are somebody's child, yes. But you see, this existence, this time on earth, this life is your own. When you die, the person who is going to die is you, is your life. Your parents are living their life. Being the father or the mother or the parent of a lesbian or a gay person is their experience, is part of their journey. Your own experience is being a lesbian, being a gay person, like being a trans person. That is your own journey. So choose yourself. Don't say because your journey affects this person's life, so you're going to take some kind of treatment or feel bad for yourself. The goal is a life where you respect yourself. The goal is a life where you honor yourself, where you choose yourself. Honor your father and mother, true, but truly, truly, truly honor yourself. I know being a queer person in Nigeria is hard, and no more. All I can just say is I hope these videos I make every once in a while, every week, somehow shares joy, shares hope in your life. Like, that's my little contribution, because I know the only person that can save all of us is God. Like, God is who is protecting us, God is who is looking after us, God is who owns us. Like, I don't know what I go tell you that can make you feel better. Like, I cannot save you. I know what I went through, and I'm looking around like, who could have saved me from that experience? But nobody. But I needed to pass through that to assess who I am right now. So yes, I know it is a very tough experience, and we all are dealing with different tools. Like I said, I had a house, I have friends, I have, the tool of a house and fiscal environment to run to. Some people don't have that. You might not have that right now. So when I'm saying protect yourself, I know it's a bit harder because the people you're protecting yourself from, you're living under their roof. I'm even tired of saying all I can say. I just want you to know that you're going to assess more things. You're going to move out. You're going to get an apartment. You're going to have a dream, have a goal, like keep looking forward, have a plan. Yes, have a plan. You're a queer person in Nigeria, you're a lesbian with Nigerian parents. Have a plan. Wallahi, have a plan. See, you hear the story of how when I started noticing the weird energy happening in my parents' house, I started looking for how to live. I started building, I started getting ready to leave. Have a plan. Have a plan. I remember this time I was talking to someone, and she was telling me about her experience in her parents' house, and she's telling me how, do you know anybody who can have housemate, who can? I was like, I remember saying to her, if these people are not physically hurting you, if you're physically not in danger in their hands, give yourself a time frame, have a plan of how to live. If you want to, in the moment of anger, pack your load, pack your things, and leave their house. I cannot promise you that strangers are going to be kinder than your family or more compassionate than your family. Like, everybody is going through it. The whole world is going through a lot. So I cannot even promise you that there will be kindness outside. The one that I know that has been tested and trusted for me is the kindness I gave myself, the love I gave myself, the safety I gave myself, the protection I gave myself. And that is what I want to teach you. Self. Let your foundation be yourself. All right, small, no matter where you are, secondary school, university, you're working, you're single, small, be planning the life that you want and be working towards it. All right, thank you for stopping by. This is where I want to end this video, because we've talked so much and my baby is waiting for me. So yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in. I'm rooting for you, I'm praying for you, I'm sending you kind thoughts, warm thoughts, I'm sending you greetings, I'm sending you respect. I'm sending you love. Like, I don't even know what to say, because I know it's hard, and I know I cannot save anyone. And I believe in your Chido. I believe in your God. I believe in you. You're going to get to the place you're going to. You're going to get to a safe place. You're going to get to a protected place. All right, I believe in you. Just keep walking. Just the work they go small. All right, so yeah, for all of you struggling with your family, my dear, there's no manual. Just small. Do what makes you feel lighter. Do what makes you feel safer. Do what makes you feel protected. Do what protects you. Yes, do what protects you. Do what makes you feel lighter. If it will make you feel lighter to forgive without an apology, forgive. And that's the kind of person I am. I forgive without apology. I let it go without apology, because I'm forgiving for myself. I'm not forgiving for the other person. I'm forgiving. I used to tell the Lionka, I forgive because I don't deserve the anger. I know who Amara is. I know who I'm living inside their body. They don't deserve to have the anger inside of them. They don't deserve the pain. They don't deserve the sadness. So if it will make you feel lighter to forgive without apology, to let things go, to do it for yourself. do it for yourself. Don't do it for yourself. All right. So yes, choose you, be you, protect you. All right. And I will see you in my next video. All right. Thank you for stopping by, everybody. Bye. Bye bye. Hola Inca. My baby. Bye, people.